Just knew it. You just
Oh,
felt
I
it.
knew. Like I said, there were things happening, tangible, actual things happening that I knew I would not be coming back. That's how much they fought for me to not come back. So, yeah.
I mean, but if they, yeah, no, I guess then a cast has more power than I really probably thought, right?
I mean, you and me both. I really did not think the cast had any power.
I didn't really either, to be honest with you.
But I guess they do.
Do you believe, like, when the showrunner comes forward and, we have Dorinda on pause, and she gives this thing and she says, it's your cooling off period, Monica.
Yeah.
Now, I have been terminated, fired from many jobs, whatever you want to call it. I mean, is this a cooling off period or is it just like you got fired? Which is okay because, I've gotten fired from every job I've ever had.
Yeah, I don't think there's anything wrong with being fired, first of all.
I don't either.
I think that happens. That's part of life.
Yeah.
And that's reality. I don't know. I mean, I never, it was exactly what it was when they were like, we're in a cooling off period, blah, blah, blah. So I don't know if I was fired. They never said, you're fired, so I don't know.
Did you get a call? Because like normally.
I did get a call. It was a beautiful call.
It was.
It was wonderful. It was a Zoom, and it was very kind, and it was very nice, and I cried, and there were all the emotions, and it was a very nice call. But it was like, you're not coming back. Yeah.
Was it like, we're so sorry, we have to tell you this, we really loved you, thank you for giving us a great season?
Yes. They were wonderful. They were very, very sweet. I mean, here's the thing. I've said it before and I will say it again. I know there's so much shit going on about Bravo in general. I had the best experience with production, with those people, with the network, with Shed, with Andy Cohen. They got me through my season. I could not have done it without them. It makes me emotional because of how I was treated by these women. And if it weren't for the people behind the scenes, like Andy Cohen, like production, I don't know how I would have done it. They had my back. They were so supportive and they were so great. And so, they were very kind. They were very nice. And they were just like, we don't see how we move forward because the women do not want to. So,
And it wasn't like Andy called you on a Zoom, but like corporate.
No. Andy didn't call me on his own. It would have, I don't think that would come from him directly. And I think he has said that, even in hiring, I didn't talk to him once, so it's not,
A lot of times you don't get anything. They just give the contracts, and if your contract doesn't come, so I think that you got a Zoom, to me, I think is more than the average person, honestly.
Well, thank you for saying that. I do, because I don't know. This is my first go. I don't know how those situations plan out. But to me, that could have been normal. Maybe everyone gets a call. But yes, I do appreciate it. They were very respectful. They were,
Ray, it seems like you never really had a good experience with these women, and it really was the people behind the scenes that were like, okay, keep going. You're doing a great job.
Yeah, and I do want to clarify, Whitney and Mary are fantastic.
Do you still speak to Whitney and Mary?
I do not speak to Whitney. The only time I have spoken to Whitney was at BravoCon, and it was very quick. But Mary is incredible. I don't have anything. There's nothing there. Meredith and I haven't spoken at all. I ran into her at BravoCon, and she was nice and civil. So I don't have anything bad to say about them,
Have you spoken to Mary recently?
Mary? Yeah, we talk often. She texts me and she's so positive, so uplifting. She just wants to make sure I'm okay, which is very human and kind of her. And I think that gets lost in the shuffle in these situations.
Do you think Mary's misunderstood by the public?
I do. But I can only go based off of, what I experience. And what I've experienced with her personally is nothing but love and kindness and acceptance, non-judgment, forgiveness. So yeah.
Has Mary given you any hints on? I mean, they're filming season 5 now. Has she told you anything?
I love that for them. I love that.
Well, do you, I mean, how are you? Like, do you feel like, I mean, look, obviously, I'm sure you feel Bravo made a mistake. I mean, I personally think listen, I'm going to be honest. Here's the deal. I've said this before.
Yes.
I personally feel that season 3 of The Real Housewives of Salt Lake City, to me, was one of the worst seasons of any housewife show ever. That is my honest opinion. I have said it here many times. It is not because you're sitting here. Yeah. I feel season 4 of Salt Lake was one of the best seasons of a housewife show ever.
It was so
I mean, do you
crazy.
take full credit for that? Because
no, I really don't, because at the end of the day, you know, if it was just me, that shit wouldn't have even happened. What am I going to be like? Right. Monica, you're Reality Von Teese. Oh my God, girl, I know. Like, what are we going to do? I don't know. You know, like, obviously, other people were involved. It's not just me having these conversations. It is an ensemble, you know, cast. Everyone, you know, shows up, does their part, and, you know, I would never take that away from them. They sure as shit took it away from me, you know. They don't give me credit for shit. But I absolutely give the entire cast credit, 100%. Yeah.
It was a great season. So now, I mean, we have season 5. I mean, can it, like, I don't know, what can live up to the hype of last season? That's honestly how I feel.
I think me coming back would have. I feel like there's so much stuff. I think in the Housewives world, they love for the story to continue. That's what bonds them to the shows. You get attached to these situations and these stories, and this was real. Like, this was really fucking real. And to lose that sucks, because I would have loved to see, even for myself, how the hell that would have played out. Really? Like, I mean, and if you think about it, we lost so much storyline. Heather and I are fucking suing each other. You don't want to follow that? Really? Because that shit's been pretty damn interesting. I'm going to tell you. I mean, we've had depositions and all this shit. So I feel like there was a big chunk lost from that. I don't know how. Mary hasn't told me anything to get back, you know, bring it all the way back. She hasn't told me anything about filming. I don't know how it's going. I don't know what people are doing. And I don't care, truly, because I'm not there. So it doesn't involve me. I'm sure they'll be great. I'm sure they'll be fine. You have some of the greats leave a franchise and the show goes on. So, you know, I'm sure they'll be great.
Yes. Although, I mean...
Not season 4 great, maybe. But, I mean, Lisa has said it's the most iconic, best season ever. So...
Yes. Whitney did an interview on a podcast and said, you know, because they were asked, rightfully so, like, how are we going to replace Monica? She was Reality Von Teese. She was the villain. And Whitney said, oh, we've had our villain for 4 seasons, Lisa Barlow. She's been there from the beginning. She's already replaced with Lisa. Lisa and her have gone back and forth. Does this sound interesting, Whitney versus Lisa?
I mean, hasn't that been season 1, 2, 3? So I don't know. I mean, maybe they're fighting about something different and it will make it interesting.